TakeOver.com.
The following program is paid for by Barbara Arnwine.
I'm waiting for the music. Good evening, everyone. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to Igniting Change. We are so grateful that you have chosen to listen to our show this afternoon. We have some wonderful guests. We have a great show. We're talking about two of the hottest issues in our nation right now, and we are so grateful that you are here. Let me start by bringing up my co-host. You know who I'm talking about, the mighty, amazing attorney, Daryl D. Jones, who is chair of the board of the Transformative Justice Coalition and one of the best, most amazing lawyers and strategists in this United States. It is my pleasure to welcome Daryl Jones. Hey, Daryl.
Hey, Barbara, it must be Tuesday, must be noon Eastern Standard Time because we're talking about igniting change. Barbara, we didn't have the intro song today, and I was going to sing Get Up, Stand Up, Don't Give Up the Fight.
I can't believe it.
I was afraid that our audience would automatically figure that something was wrong and it's a state of emergency. They would be right. It is a state of emergency in Washington, D.C., and what our president is doing with regards to not even trying anymore, but taking over the D.C. Metropolitan Police Department and really declaring war, I call it, on the District of Columbia. But, Barbara, it goes well beyond that because, as we know, we've been in this fight now, and we're so excited to have some really wonderful guests because we're going to talk about the fight that's been going on in the state of Texas against the Trump administration and their attempt to take over the redistricting in the state of Texas. My goodness, there is so much, Barbara, that has gone on since our last meeting. I can hardly wait to get into the discussion.
All right now, and everyone, our show today has a very special focus. It's called Free D.C. Free the District of Columbia from the madman. The Perils of presidential overreach. The Trump takeover of Texas, the attempted, Trump takeover of Texas and Washington, D.C. We're going to be live with our, incredible guests. We are so happy to welcome back to Igniting Change Representative Ron Reynolds. He is the Texas State Representative of House District 27, who also serves as chair of the Black Caucus for the state of Texas. He serves on the following committees: Environmental Regulation, is the ranking member, Land and Resource Management. He also holds leadership roles as chair of the Texas Legislative Black Caucus, vice chair of the Texas Energy and Climate Caucus, and chair of the Texas HBCU Legislative Caucus. He's the first African-American elected as state representative in Fort Bend County since Reconstruction. He's the leader of the Black Legislative Caucus, former associate municipal judge for the city of Houston, past president of the Houston Lawyers Association, and past president of Missouri City and Vicinity NAACP. You know it's my joy to welcome back Ron Reynolds. Hi.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. I'm so blessed to be on with you and Daryl. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. I enjoyed being a part of your town hall. That was powerful.
Wasn't that great?
That was so. In the name of your organization, that was so transformational. It was amazing, and I want to thank you guys for being on the front line, for being so supportive, for leading the movement at the grassroots level, really, putting boots on the ground, registering voters, fighting this racial gerrymander and redistricting. You guys have done so many amazing things, and I just wanted to say thank you. It is great to be back on your show.
Well, you are a hero. We are so proud of you and all the 50 members who have taken a flight away from the state of Texas to protect our voting rights, all of our voting rights, from this outrageous attempted racial, partisan gerrymandering. We know what they're up to, and we're not going to just sit back and pretend that these are normal times. We got a president who is just not following the Constitution, not following any kind of separation of powers, who's just hell-bent on having his way. And right now he's trying to stack the 2026 election ahead of time, even violating the census rules. Oh, we got so much to say, people, and that's why that brings me to our next guest. Hey, Daryl, do you want to bring up our next guest, Representative Jolanda Jones?
Absolutely, Brent. Is Representative Jones, are you with us? Okay. She may not be with us yet, Barbara, but we do have another guest.
I tell you what, let me do this now. Hold on one second. You keep talking. I'm gonna ping her so that she can hopefully she can join us momentarily. Just keep talking.
Okay, great.
Like 1 minute. I'm gonna do that right now.
Yep, thank you so much. But we do have somebody else that's with us. Who's with us, Barbara?
So I am so happy to introduce to our show, back to our show. I think she was on many, many years ago, but she is the top political scientist in our country when we're talking about black political power. If you want to know anything about voting rights, there is no one in our nation more knowledgeable, but she's also has an incredibly powerful background in policing and law enforcement. I am talking about Dr. Elsie L. Scott, who is a political scientist, educator, and public policy leader. Dr. Scott has served as the New York City Police Department Deputy Commissioner of Training, as an executive in the Metropolitan Police Department of Washington, D.C., and a law enforcement specialist who has consulted with a number of police departments across the country. She formerly served as president and CEO of the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation, where she was a magnificent leader. Beyond academia, Dr. Scott has held influential roles in law enforcement and nonprofit leadership. She's worked with the Detroit Police Department and the National Organization of Black Law Enforcement Executives, NOBO. Dr. Scott is also a writer. She has served as a special section editor for the Journal of Leadership, published by the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation, contributing to thought leadership on public policy and civic engagement. Her writing often focuses on leadership development, law enforcement reform, and political participation within the black community. Welcome, Dr. Scott, to our show. Dr. Scott, are you there? Okay, I wonder if we're having trouble.
And Barbara, we're also going to be joined today by the first African-American female state senator out of Massachusetts. She's also a board member here at the Transformative Justice Coalition. Not her maiden voyage, but she comes back for a continual voyage because she's always there with us. They're pushing for us and they're supporting us. And that's State Senator Dianne Wilkerson. Dianne, have you made it? All right. So as we're waiting for our guest to arrive.
Well, engineer, we need our engineer to figure out how to make people's lines live. Please. Okay.
And Rep. Reynolds, are you there?
I am here.
All right. So we don't want to give out too much information about where you are and what's going on, but can you share with us what's happening now with regards to Texas and Governor Abbott issued warrants for your arrest to bring you back to the state to put you on the House floor?
Oh my goodness!
Yes, so I have some. I'll give you the most current information because the House went back in session at 10 a.m. There was no quorum present, and there is still a call on the House where they are actively seeking law enforcement to get legislators to bring them back to Austin, to the state capitol. My colleagues and I, a majority of us in the Democratic caucus, are away, breaking quorum, not allowing them to have the number of people that they need to pass this racial gerrymander and Texas takeover that President Trump and Abbott want to have, that Barbara just articulated. And so we right now are in a situation where the Speaker announced that if there's no quorum on Friday, then they would end this first call special session and start another one, a new one. Governor Abbott would then, call another one. And so what we are faced with right now is they're trying to get the FBI and the Justice Department involved, which former Attorney General Eric Holder has said that is, nonsense. They shouldn't have even any involvement in this. But you guys are legal scholars, so you can opine on that. But basically, they're trying to execute warrants in Illinois at the undisclosed locations that we were in. They're trying to get Illinois to execute warrants. They've tried to do those same things with members who have been in California to get them to execute those warrants in those states. So thankfully, the governor of those states, Governor Pritzker and Newsom, have not wanted anything to do with that. They, in fact, are standing 10 toes down with us and in solidarity with us. And so we want to thank Illinois and California for doing the things right. We have a lieutenant governor and a attorney general, just like the governor, that is bows at the knees of President Trump. They are MAGA extremists, and they do everything and all his bidding. And unfortunately, Senator Cornyn, who is now in the fight for his life, in a primary from Attorney General Paxton, is using us as Democrats as political pawns. And on top of that, the Attorney General has filed a lawsuit to remove 13 of us, including myself, from office. And so right now, in addition to the warrants and the $500 day fines, they are also trying to remove 13 of us from office altogether. So that is that's the state of play right now. But thankfully, my colleagues and I are standing strong on the right side of history, continuing to hold out and fight and stand up against this racial gerrymandering.
Well, let's go back for a minute to what happened. Everybody, we just want to refresh your memory, as we say, in the law. And that is, we want you to remember that a number of weeks ago, President Donald Trump declared that he wanted the state of Texas to draw 5 new Republican districts, and which is, just unheard of interference with state affairs, not to mention it is mid-decade. And normally census and districting is done at the beginning of the new decade. So he was dictating to the Texas legislature to do what he wanted. The sad thing is that they did it.
That's right.
They and Ron, tell people how they rammed this process through. And all the failures of normal processing when it comes to redistricting.
Yes, Barbara, you are so right to set that as the foundation for we shouldn't be doing this in the first place, because the normal way that it's done when you talk about redistricting is every 10 years after the census. So you collect the data to know where the population is in the United States of America, and you apportion congressional representation based on that population. So we know that there's a lot of times shifts in population. People may migrate. People move from one state to another. Our population shifts, and therefore you have to reapportion congressional representation for one man, one vote, so everyone has an equal number of votes in their respective congressional districts. Well, President Trump said, well, I can't wait for that 2030 census to come out, because I need to put my thumb on the scale now to hold on to the slim 3-seat majority that I have in the House. My policies are unpopular. I'm likely to lose seats. I need to get some cushion. I need 5 seats out of Texas. Texas is one of my biggest red states. They can do redistricting